Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
So, sir, physiology is one of the main subjects taught in first professional year of medicine. Students take it for granted. So, can you please guide us how to study this subject?
Oh, okay. To start with, actually, yeah, this is a good question. Now, I think most of you are aware that physiology mainly deals with the normal functions of the body. Okay, all the normal functions, like anatomy will tell you about the structure. We are going to discuss mainly about all the normal functioning of the body. But what you need to know in details is about the physiological basis of why those functionings are happening. Everything with a reason. Why that happens, that is what is being taught in physiology. Now, according to the recent curriculum, that is your CBME curriculum, that is competency-based medical education, another important aspect is to correlate clinically whatever you are reading in physiology. Whatever are the normal functions, if that normal functions does not happen, what is going to be happening to the person? So that is the importance of physiology, both in first professional year as you go ahead in your medical curriculum. Okay, now thing is that, yes, the first thing, this notes is a big thing. Okay, a lot of students will come and ask what is the best way to read, which books to read, how to read, because to be frank, you don't have a single book in physiology. Like some subjects might tell you just read this, you're done. But physiology as such doesn't have any specific book. Like I cannot tell you just read this book and you're done with all the systems. Some systems are better in some other topics or be given better in some other physiology books. Okay, but overall, yes, there are some recommended books like Guyton and Gannon. I think Guyton should be read by all students at least once. After you read, please remember that in class, no, specifically in your theory classes, small group teachings, some specific points are being stressed on. Okay, so just keep a note of those important points. Then what you can do is make a flow chart according to that, use diagrams which are given in different books, and then yes, make notes of your own words. I mean to say, don't copy from the book, use your own words of your understanding and make notes. That will really help. Initially it might take a lot of time, but when you revise before exams and all, it really helps. So in short, I can tell you, like, yes, you can take time to make it, but save time when you utilize it. So it really helps. Okay, framing of answers. Yeah, that actually is another important aspect. Yes, because whatever you read, whatever you remember, yes, you have to clear exams. Okay, you know everything and you're not clearing exams. It doesn't help you in any way. The best way I feel is go through your last 10 years university question papers. Okay. Now there is a wrong concept. People think if I just go to the question papers, I will be reading only the important topics. I won't get an concept of the subject. I feel that's not correct, because the things from which question comes are the most important topics needed by a medical graduate to know. So the important things are asked in exams so that you read those things, the must to know part of any subject. So go through the 10 years university question paper, take down the important topics, not the questions, the topics. For example, if they have asked you, say in blood, this time intrinsic pathway of coagulation, don't write intrinsic pathway of coagulation as an important thing. Write pathways of coagulation. Next year, they might ask you both the pathways or extrinsic. This is how it varies, but coagulation cascade remains an important thing. Okay, so questions change, topics will remain the same. Yes, there will be few obviously new topics added each time to understand. Some students who have read much more. But yes, from must to know part of it, that really helps. And also please practice writing answers, attempt all the tests. How much you know is obviously needed, but your way of presentation also helps. Revision again comes like any subject, anything, revision plays an important role. So first, what I feel is, while the first time reading, if you have read first, say your Guyton, and then what most students do is they read Indian authors, whichever they feel is comfortable for them. But again, please consult the respective faculty and choose the Indian author. Okay, now after you have read, that time only if you have made notes and kept yourself, the best thing now is just open your notes, then you can recall. Just close your notes and see that what all you remember. Things which you are not able to remember, what do you do is just go open your notes, see what you are not remembering. Revise those important things once again, frame answers. That's very, very important. One more thing I want to tell, especially what we do in our institute is you have a lot of tests, a lot of exams, formative assessments, summative assessments. Attempt all the tests. Sometimes we feel we are not prepared, so we miss a test. It doesn't help. Take an example. Suppose, say, the topic of, say, hematology. Okay, blood physiology, what you read. So suppose you have a test before your first sessional exams. So you read that topic once. In your first sessional, you read it again. So 2 times you have read. Third sessionals, you have a whole syllabus. So you read it again. 3 times minimum you have read. Before your university exams, you have some days holidays, preparatory. You read the topic once again. 4th time you have read. Just before your day of exam. Obviously, you're going to read it. So if nothing extra you are doing, still you are reading one thing 5 times. Obviously, you will be able to put something in the exams. So tests play an important role. This is how I think you should revise and prepare yourself. Okay, and yes, in classes also, say for example, I can tell you from what I usually do. So when I take a theory class or an SGT, what I usually do is I do the same thing what I just told you. I go through the last 10 years university question papers. I see what is the most important topics which have come a lot of times. I will then have a look at your syllabus. I will see the CBME curriculum, what they have stressed more now. Accordingly, make the PowerPoints. PowerPoints, please remember one thing. It gives you a way to study. It need not that all the materials will be there in the PowerPoint, but it will have the important messages, the important points which you should remember. Take the PowerPoint as your support, then read it from a book or notes, whatever you feel like. So that will help.
Study.
Yeah, that is a big question nowadays in this era. Yes, there are a few YouTube channels, there are a few YouTube videos of few people who are really good. But what I suggest is simply don't type topic name and start watching a YouTube video, because some of them will put forward their own concepts of that topic, which might not be accurate. Use authentic videos. If you have any doubts, please consult your faculty. They will guide you, which is good, which is correct. Sometimes students come to us that in video it was told like this, in class it was told like this. So there is a confusion. So please clarify those things. Authentic sources are always better, I feel. So I think I just little touched upon it, but this is a big question, because in physiology as such, there is not a single book which can be told that read this and it is done. So yes, Guyton and Gannon are the standard recommended books. Guyton have to be read. Okay, with that, all of the students I know read Indian books. So please consult the department. They'll tell you which are the books which you can follow.
And sir, what about Manipal Manual of Physiology?
Manipal Manual of Physiology, I will not comment, but only thing much I will not comment about it, but only thing I can tell, you should not take it as your recommended book for MBBS curriculum at least. Because see, your goal is not only to clear first year. There are people who tell me that if we read, we can pass. Thing is that passing might be possible, might not be. Second thing is, your next aim is to have a PG or go abroad. Manipal Manual is not going to help you because it doesn't have that much of a concept in it. It is all point wise. And one more example. See, I'm not telling only about Manipal Manual. There are a few books also which will give you only points. 10 points, remember 10 points. Write 10 points, you get marks. It is next to humanly possible to remember exact 10 points from the whole book of every topic and reproduce like that. If we read 5 pages, we can write, I feel, at least 1 page. If we read only 5 lines, difficult to put it forward. And if your concepts are not clear, no, future will be very difficult. Now, physiology, as I told, I think it tells you about how a body functions. Yes, what are the normal functions of the body and why it happens. Whereas medicine will tell you exactly how a body will behave when it is not functioning properly. Okay. So if you want to take it a little funny way, physiology is basically a software. Yes. And medicine is basically the app you are using it. Now to handle an app effectively, anybody can handle it. But to handle it effectively, you need to know some basics of the software. So that's the relation I think I have made it clear between physiology and medicine. Second thing of this thing, what you are asking about physiology and medicine is, I can give you some examples. Say in future, if you read, for example, say renal physiology, you understand the basis of acidosis, alkalosis, what are the compensatory mechanisms which take place in the body. I think that will help you in the future when you get a case and you have to diagnose and manage it. Management includes investigation, diagnosis, everything. So management of acidosis and alkalosis becomes easier once you know the basis why it happens. One interesting thing, Nobel Prize is always given as Nobel Prize awarded in physiology and medicine together. It comes together. Okay. So I think that is the best thing to tell you why physiology and medicine are so much correlated. Yes, I think next question was on entrance exams, right? PG exam, NEET PG or something. Okay. I think all of you have done very well in NEET UG and you've come to this esteemed college, right? Now you will know very well what is the role of physics when you give NEET UG exams. Everybody reads biology to maximum. Chemistry comes the next, which people are reading very good, but little either other will happen. Decider is physics. How well you do in physics. If you think from NEET PG point of view, medicine, surgery, all those subjects, yes, everybody reads very thoroughly. Decider will come in these subjects, physiology, how you score in physiology. That will add up to your marks, will help you to get a better rank. And if you want to attempt medicine and all, answers to select, the correct answers to select, you do need a concept from physiology. Otherwise, you cannot simply mark those MCQs. I think that's the important thing of physio and medicine coming together. Yes, normal values interpretation. Okay, my question is, I can tell you three things for these. Remember RRR. It's not the movie. Okay, it's like three things: read, revise, and recall. What in all these? You read and you rewind. Okay, you revise and you reflect. 2 R's are done. What is the third R? You recall and then you retain. If you follow these 3 R's, I think you're done. So that will answer this. I think this is a very good and a valid question because, it's not from first year, it's the day of admission. When students take admission, I will accept it frankly, not only they, even parents will come and ask the first day when they get admitted. They don't ask mostly about how to read subjects. First question is, should I go for Marrow or should I go for Emily? Now thing is that yes, these are needed, but see, everything has a time. Okay, like why does a toilet training in a child start only from 3 years? Why don't we start immediately after birth? Cortex develops like that, right? Same thing I'm not telling here, but yes, there is a time for everything. So according to me, again, if you look at MCQs, there are 2 types of MCQs which can be framed. One type of MCQs are framed to assess how much a student knows. Okay, in your exams, all the exams which you give in the institute. When you go for competitive exams, the MCQs are framed in a way to find out how much a student does not know. So there is a difference. So first year is little difficult in scenarios because you've just come from a school background and jumped into a course. So there is a huge gap in that. According to me, yes, there might be personal variations among students. According to me, first year, concentrate more on the subjects, solve MCQs from recommended textbooks, which will assess how much you know. Once you're confident with those, go for your entrance and all those. First day only, don't start solving those MCQs. First thing, you might not get a clue of what is happening. You might lose interest also. So why? First know something, then go for solving. Okay, first thing I want to tell is attend all classes, listen carefully. If you attend all, you can answer all. Okay, that is one thing. You can set your concepts tight. Okay, and if you do that, study with all your might. Have some fun, but keep it right. I think, and then your future will be bright. All the best for your future.